And we have to say farmers in Ghana this year may have the wildest smile as government commences rehabilitation of warehouse and storage facilities across the country to avert post-harvest losses following bumper harvests under the Planting for Food and Jobs program. But for the Peasant Farmers Association, it will take more than just structures to deal with post-harvest losses. Charlotte Hamaklo has been following the buffer stock teasing out the concerns as being raised by the Peasant Farmers Association.
Here on the farms at Gbon in the eastern region, these farmers say their yields have gone up thanks to the Planting for Food and Jobs program. Subsidized fertilizers and seeds, among other interventions, they say has had great impact.
Actually, the Planting for Food and Jobs, as the government introduced it to we farmers, it proves us a lot. It gives us a lot of improvement in our cropping calendar. Only we need the fertilizer should be there early for us to start the cropping season as early as possible. Then they should subsidize the land preparation for us so that the cost of production should come down for us farmers so that we should improve upon the yield.
Earlier, I've been getting 40 bars in the hectare. Last season, when fertilizer was subsidized to us, I had 60 in a hectare. And I think it is very good. And if government can continue this exercise to cover all the farmers on the bore irrigation project, it will help.
One would assume that the bumper harvest will translate into increased revenues, but that's not exactly the case. Inadequate storage structures and poor road networks is leading to post-harvest losses.
During the transporting of these goods to the house, and then dehusking like the corn you see right now, I have to dehusk it with my children, and then trash it with them again using these yellow gallons, pounding it, and then I have to lift it and wait for the wind. When the wind doesn't blow, you can't remove the chaff from it. It's a big challenge to us, and we want to tell the government and other investors that if there can be a way, they should help us in trashing our corns. And then we have how to take the chaff out of it. And so if they can also get a way of getting some machines for us to do the harvesting also on the farm, and then maybe transporting it also into the house.
Charles Nyaba is the programs officer for the Peasant Farmers Association.
Our problem has to do with how to be able to contain the bumper harvest that we recorded so that it doesn't get lost before it reaches the consumer. Now, these are the factors that are leading to these losses that we record in Africa. One has to do with limited storage facilities. Two has to do with the application of innovative method of farming to reduce losses. Three has to do with low prices, whereby farmers are sometimes compelled to just leave their produce to go wasted. Four has to do with a poor feeder road network, because from the farm gate to the marketing center where the produce are expected to be sold, the road networks are very bad. So all these are leading to losses. Even the nature of warehouses that we have for storage of these commodities is also another problem. So because of these factors, we are actually recording very high losses, especially crop commodities like vegetables, like watermelon, like tomatoes, like banana. When you come to Ghana, these crops, commodities, there's a report by IFRI showing that these crops, we are recording losses between 40% to 70%. And then for watermelon, tomatoes, there are instances that we can even record 100% losses. This happened because when watermelon or tomato is ready for consumption, and then you don't get market to consume that produce, there's nothing the farmer can do about it. The farmer will just sit there and look at the produce going wasted.
The Food and Agriculture Organization of the United Nations defines post-harvest losses as produce lost or wasted in between harvest and the moment of human consumption. According to the Food and Agriculture Organization, about 30% of food produced for human consumption is lost or wasted along the supply chain every year. This is a whopping 1.3 billion metric tons of food that doesn't ever reach the consumer. In Africa, losses are even higher. falling between 30% and 50% of yield. They occur mainly downstream between the production and retail stages of the supply chain. Fruits and vegetable losses are estimated to be 50% or more. This tends to make farming unattractive and inhibits efforts at ensuring food security in the country, whilst increasing poverty among farmers who lose the bulk of their produce through post-harvest losses. But amidst the challenges, the National Food and Buffer Stock Company says it is working to deal with these issues. Besides existing warehouses, the company has taken receipt of additional 9,000 metric ton capacity warehouses, 4,000 metric ton pack houses, and has also commenced rehabilitation of some 12 warehouses dotted across the country.
Because of the increasing production under the Planting for Food and Jobs, we are foreseeing that we are not able to have the adequate storage facility to be very difficult. Another problem that we'll be facing as a result of bumper harvest from the Planting for Food and Jobs will be storage. And ultimately what we are supposed to do is to reduce post-harvest loss, but not to increase post-harvest loss. So apart from this, you know, in our previous interview, we have the one district, one warehouse. Apart from what we are constructing, the new ones, we are upgrading the old ones to suit the international standard, like the Kumasi DRC warehouse that we have rehabilitated, Tamale, Lamashegu, the Yindi warehouse. These are all under rehabilitation under Ministry of Food and Agriculture. So we can have some modern attachments to it, like the laboratory, clean and drying machines.
Rehabilitation of the 12 warehouses is being undertaken by the Savannah Zone Agriculture Productivity Improvement Program, SAPIP, at an estimated cost of $1.4 million. Bloomfield Atipo is the lead engineer for the project.
What's happened is that we are interested also in converting some of the pack houses into seed centers under the same SAPIP project by a different component of SAPIP. So under the rehabilitation, we are going to roof this place and then repair some of the structural damages. So for example, you'll notice that there are some cracks in the wall, some reinforcement is exposed in some of the beams and things like that. So that's what we're going to look at. And so already we have 2,000 hectares here, so we're going to add in this particular location another 2,000 hectares. And we don't know what the situation is on the other, other warehouses. So once we've done that, then it means that we are adding 24,000 more, but maybe we are adding to what is existing. So we might end up with, by all means, if this place is anything to go by, with something which is even more than the 24,000 metric tons as a total addition to the stock of warehouses. You know, post-harvest losses is a major bottleneck in the agri-value chain. And SAPIP basically is supporting fully the Planting for Food and Jobs. So we expect that will improve performance as far as the Planting for Food and Jobs were concerned in the coming year and in the subsequent years. So we need to get ourselves ready.
However, the Peasant Farmers Association say the National Food and Buffer Stock Company must ensure the warehouses are well equipped and managed if they are to serve its purpose.
You know, warehouses come with different facilities. If you get a warehouse for grains, that warehouse will be able to provide drying services, grading services, cleaning services. It should also contain aflatoxin testing equipments, moisture content testing equipments. All these things have to be factored in our quest to improve the warehousing system. In the case of Peasant Farmers Association of Ghana, we supply sorghum to Guinness Ghana Limited. There are instances where some of our sorghum products were rejected, but we don't have warehousing facilities that will send this produce there for drying. They were rejected because of high moisture content. But these warehousing facilities are lacking. Even the existing warehousing don't have drying facilities, so we are always compelled to open the grains, pour them on the open sun by the for those warehouses to be dried. So to me, I think in the first place, the construction of those warehouses, we need to make sure that we do proper consultation to ensure that they meet the standards that we are looking for. That is one. The second problem that we are likely to face with that system is that, you see, the communities where we record these high losses in grains are those communities located in hinterlands, making it difficult for cars and other transport facilities to get closer to convey these products to the nearest warehousing or marketing centers. Are we taking into consideration all those communities? Are these warehouses located in those communities? It's very important.
Overall, the current rehabilitation and takeover of the NRPG warehouses will together add on 37,000 metric tons of storage space for farmers. This is expected to cut down post-harvest losses and improve food security. But while stepping up storage facilities may be relevant in cutting down food losses, the construction of good road networks, improved technologies on harvesting and handling of harvest will go a long way to help address various causes of food losses. For Joy Business, Sheila Tamaklo.
That was a good one there. And agriculture needs to be given more facelifts. And already government has shown the way with the program Planting for Food and Jobs. We hope that you enjoyed this package. It's brought to you by EcoBank, the Pan-African Bank. In the meantime, though, we're taking a break. When we come back, Kojo Yankson is on with the rest of his guests this morning, and they'll be discussing critical national issues of great importance. We know that you'll enjoy it. Stay tuned.